In this week's episode, we're sitting down with Brian Thank You Sites. He's created a 10-point list on how operators can follow to give gratitude and show appreciation to their guests. I'm going to be honest, these are solid gold. I can't wait to dive into these in the discussion we have coming ahead. And a big shout out and thank you to our one and only sponsor, Hillcrest Foods, the best family-owned and operated distributor that I could ever think of. And when we talk about partners or restaurants and we talk about distributors helping and consulting, Hillcrest truly epitomizes the word partner in that phrase. So thank you, Hillcrest Foods, for putting it on. And gents, let's get ready.
Imagine a perfect world where you can build a restaurant, open the doors, and make loads of money. Unfortunately, those days are over. It takes great leadership, hard work, and long hours to operate a successful restaurant. Together, we can make it happen. This is Restauranttopia.
Really excited over here. Thanks again for tuning in to Restauranttopia. Brian's brought to the table 10 amazing points on how to show your clientele gratitude, which really, this isn't something we do in the restaurant business. We have so many customers and clientele. Like a lot of times we think of the traditional gratitude like thank you cards or bottles of wine. We can't afford to do that with everybody. So I cannot wait to dive into this topic. So Brian, thank you so much for putting together such comprehensive show notes. I haven't read them thoroughly, but really excited and jazzed to talk about these. So without further ado, man, take it away.
I will get you a hardbound copy of these show notes. You're going to love them. So useful. It's near and dear to my heart. I always say this when I talk about gratitude because it is so important to me. I love gratitude. We're off mic. We were just talking about the holidays and gift giving and Christmas. I love giving Christmas gifts. I gave Anthony a gift this morning. I gave Dave a gift yesterday.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so this guy last 2 weeks ago says, I hope no one gets me a gift because I want to re-gift it if they give it to me because I got everything I need. So then I show up empty-handed and he gives me a gift. What an asshole.
Well, yeah. I hate receiving gifts. I love giving gifts. All right, so how can you give gifts to your customers? How can you show your customers and your patrons gratitude? I think it's so easy, but you got to focus on it. And I'm going to give you 10 steps to implement now that you'll be able to use and really take away and wow that customer and give that customer an amazing customer experience. So number one, I want to go into here, loyalty programs. People, your point of sale system has the ability to do this. You have the ability to do this. There is software that can help you do this. This is not a punch card. This is not stone tablet that you're carving their name into. This is easily done. You need to do this. If you don't have a loyalty program, start it now. Please get out there and figure this out. This is a way to engage with your customers, track them, but more importantly, it's a way to capture their information. And I don't mean to sound skeezy when I say that, but you need their phone number, you need their email, you need their name, and you need their address. You need to capture this information because that way you can remarket to them. And, as we talked about in a prior episode, the loyalty program fast tracks that customer experience, and that turns a 2-year customer into the loyalty of a 10-year customer. And I'll put that Harvard Business Review study in the show notes. But this is what I'm talking about. You need to start this. We're in the beginning of 2021. By the end of 2021, you will have an amazing list and more loyalty through your customers because of having the loyalty program.
Yeah, and I think you talked about saying that's skeezy or whatever, but this data is important. If you've got a third-party delivery platform that you're using, like they're collecting that data.
Correct, and they're removing you from the equation.
Exactly. So why not have this? And we've talked about this in past episodes. Why not have that set up where you've got maybe dietary restrictions, you've got the maybe a concern they had last time they were in or whatever it is. Like you can collect all that stuff very easily and identify and take care of your customers.
It's amazing how many customers aren't loyal to any one particular franchise or establishment.
They're looking to be loyal to.
They are, I myself included. And the reason why I brought that up is we're a long way from the Subway cards. If you remember, they used to stamp them. I love that. I was like, man, I can get a sandwich. Just gonna go buy 8 more, right? But Speedway does a loyalty program, and they're getting a lot of credibility right now because gas stations are very nondescript. I mean, what really sets a gas station apart from the next gas station? Like their selection of drinks? Like I don't think so. But the Speedway loyalty card is something I got hip to. I'm not big on loyalty cards. Like I use my wife's phone number and let her get all the points. But the Speedway one's helping me tremendously. I've been using it all the time, and now I find myself going out of my way to go to a freaking Speedway gas station. Never thought that would happen.
That's it, because what the loyalty program does is the first step, and we'll talk about this, in creating a raging fan. How do you create that raging fan? This is the beginning of it. Again, it's not going to be the end-all, be-all to accomplish that goal, but it is the first step. I want to go to number 2 here. This could be number 1, but I moved it down to number 2 because I think loyalty programs are so important. But number 2, say thank you.
Thank you.
Say thank you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know why that is so hard to say. My father used to say, Thank you is the easiest thing to say. And I was like, well, you can tell me thank you every once in a while.
So again, Brian, get on the couch.
He's like, I'm not going to do it, but it's really easy.
I've seen it done. No, tell your customers thank you when they're leaving the restaurant. When they, thank you for coming, thank you for your order. We appreciate you. Show that gratitude, and just by saying thank you, it is so uncommon today. The fact that it has such a profound effect when you say it. I've even seen some really cool tips on how to put that out to your customer. So again, if you have that customer loyalty program, using a text message, text them a video you saying thank you, and use their actual name. I'm not saying you're going to do this every night. You might do it once a week, but think about the conversion of a regular customer into a loyal customer by saying thank you, recognizing them. If you can wow one customer a day, your sales next month, the month after that, will be so much better, because that loyal customer, instead of coming once a month, are going to come twice a month. Think about that. If you can do that and have that lasting effect, it's going to compound on itself, and it's really going to generate a ton of revenue.
It's kind of an awesome way to look at it, because you really took an incremental approach here. One per day, that's an easy goal.
No, right?
If I just seek out one guest per day,
yeah,
and just go engage with them for 5 minutes, talk about how sweet their sweatshirt is or how nice their hat is, and then all of a sudden we have this amazing conversation. Yeah. They become a fan. By the end of the year, I have 365 raving fans. That's more regular customers than you have right now. I guarantee it.
It absolutely is. And this is a pro tip is from Assam at Upper Crust Pizza in Akron. Good friend of mine, great operator, and he's like, don't try to overwhelm, like, oh, we're going to boil the ocean here. Like, you just need to get one person a day to become a raging fan. And that's by saying thank you. And that thank you may include, it doesn't have to be a video. It can be, hey, here's some chicken wings, because I know I've seen you've ordered them in the past, and I hope you like these, but I threw in 2 extra sauces. Let me know what you think about them. I care about you as a person, and I appreciate your patronage.
I want to slow you down on one thing, because I don't know if everybody picked it up, but taking a video of you thanking someone, one singular person, and sending it through them because you've collected their email or text message or whatever it is. And I'm getting a video from you, the owner of the restaurant, saying, Dave, thank you. That's powerful. I mean, that's something I've never experienced, and it would be amazing if somebody out there executed that.
Yeah, you're onto something here.
But once a night, think about that. All you have to do it one time a night. Hey, I appreciate your order. I see you ordered, it looks like you're having a party. Again, I don't know how much detail you get into, but you could make it personal.
Oh my God.
See, I'll be honest. I think 1's too little. I think you can do 3 reasonably, because I'm starting to think about the impact of this, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Think about this. You get that video. How many people are you telling?
All of them.
Everybody you
all
encounter.
the people.
All the people.
All the people.
Okay, so if you made a commitment to do this 365 times a year.
Yeah.
Or 4, depending on a leap year. if you decided to do that, imagine the ripple effect that's going to have in your current customer base.
No, I could call it like a change their day campaign with my managers.
I'm going to go there just to try to, if I've never been there, I'm going to go there just to try to get a video sent to me.
Yeah, absolutely, right. So if I'm an operator and I look at my managers and say, okay, you have a change the day campaign right now. I want you to change someone's day. Yeah. Here's your allowance.
I love that.
You need 3 targets.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, report back to me. Send me an email, whatever the case may be. Put it in the manager log. I don't know how you want to go about it. But those 3 instances, what you did, what the reaction was, and what we can do to further perpetuate that good, amazing stuff. That's outstanding.
That's so cool. If you do that, put the work in this month, for the first of the month, make that your campaign. I'm telling you, that's going to be a new thing at your restaurant, because that will have profound effect.
It's only going to cost you 15 minutes. You just got to look in your reservation system or customer data, find out what they ordered, give them some wings, when their birthday is, give them a present.
Correct.
Like they show up and they get a bouquet of flowers and a pizza, like they'd be amazed, right? Like blown away.
Anthony, I know your birthday's next week. Happy birthday from all of us here. And
Thanks, brother.
And then also get the whole staff involved. Get everyone, to say happy birthday, and you could 30 seconds.
You can conceivably, and I look at this and I say, oh, that's a pipe dream. But then when you said 1 per day, that just hit my enthusiasm button. Like I just catapulted into this thing. Like I want to go do this, and I don't even own a restaurant. So like I just need someone to go. Like,
and you could gamify it too with your staff. Like, all right, now it's Brian's turn. Now it's Sally's turn. Now let's see who can do it better. And the ability with, and I'll put some of these links in the show notes. The ability to use simple apps on your phone from Adobe and others that are so easy to use, even a lawyer could do it. That's how easy graphic design is now.
I think the tagline is caveman, but I appreciate you both.
Number 3, know your customers and remember them. It goes back to, everyone knows the Cheers analogy when, Norm walks through the door and they go, Norm! Like, I think that's why Norm went there all the time. Like, I think that's the type of thing that when you see a familiar face, don't act like you're too cool for school, you're awkward. This is an opportunity for you to recognize them. You don't have to know their name, but thank you for coming back. Thank you so much for coming in again today. Remember that they are a repeat customer. Introduce yourself as the owner, as the manager of the restaurant. You're semi-famous. Like, this is someone, everyone wants to know the owner of the restaurant. My friend owns this restaurant. My friend owns that restaurant. That is something cool that people really love to say. They love to be able to get a reservation faster. They love to be able to have a connection to the restaurant. Make them feel super special. Part of this episode is about energizing that customer experience and making them super fans. Make people raging fans of your operation by giving them gratitude and hospitality.
Yeah, and I have a small disagreement. I think it's important to get somebody's name even. You know what I mean?
And
I
do.
And I think that there's two things that are the most important in people's lives. First of all, it's their time. Mm-hmm. But the second one, I think people's names are important. When you acknowledge somebody by their name, I think it shouldn't be awkward that, you know what, you're in here all the time. I apologize. I've never caught your name. Or, you know what, I forgot. Like, you think that somebody's like offended by that. But no, I think actually that's an approach that, when done the right way, somebody feels good because you're acknowledging that you are important to me. But you know what? Give me your name. But then remember.
Yeah, that remembering part is hard.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, you don't want to do that every time they come in. I don't quite remember you, because then that's just going to sound, it shouldn't be your go-to thing. But I'm saying if you know somebody that you should know or should acknowledge, I think it's okay to ask the name.
You are right, though, because we have this huge hurdle of anxiety about not remembering someone's name, but it's okay to own it. And you said with delayed delivery, in fact, it shows that they're important. Yeah. They're important enough for you to overcome that hurdle of anxiety.
You need to create a connection with your customers, because everyone else is out there trying to get into the restaurant game with third-party delivery and social media and what have you. They're trying to remove the connection between you and the customer. They're trying to be an intermediary so they can disseminate the customers to where they want it. And guess what? I know that the Applebee's and Chick-fil-A and Chipotle have bigger budgets than you, and they're going to be able to outspend you on this, and they're going to have the ability to direct the traffic away from you. So you need to create that connection.
They can't outperson you, though.
No,
and
they
to your
can't.
point, it's going to be a competitive advantage in due time with the digitization that's going on out there, and with the automation, with the third party this, third party that. Your competitive advantage will soon be your personal connection with your clientele.
But here's one thing that we can't sleep on.
It will be, but it always has been. The hospitality.
But here's the thing, like,
it's more important though.
There's a company that sells mostly chicken between two buns and has thousands of locations.
Okay.
With the majority of their employees are under 18 years old.
Okay.
And when I go there with my kids through the drive-thru, it is an unbelievable experience. And every time I say thank you, and I make a point, because now there's 3 lines, and you got somebody taking the credit card, somebody taking the cash, somebody delivering the food. You're interacting with 3 or 4 people as you go through this line, okay? And every time I keep the window down and I say thank you, and you know what they say? My pleasure.
Yeah.
And they mean it.
It's genuine. It's part of them.
No, what they do.
So if they can do it with 1,000 locations,
I
think one location in Kentucky can pull it off.
I agree.
We need listeners in Kentucky, so forward to 2 friends.
Well, that's fair. I appreciate the plug.
And I want to take a moment here, as you said that, too. If you're a local independent operator and you know of another local independent operator that could benefit from our show, please, stop the car, forward them a link to our episode here. Let me know, and I will send you a thank you, because I really appreciate that.
Brian, thank you. Sites. I love it. That's the best middle name. It's so true,
Mr.
though.
Gratitude.
It's so true.
So number 4, exclusive announcements and offers via text and email. Sign up. I don't know if you've heard of this place. It's called Papa John's. So Papa John's is a national chain. Not my favorite. I wouldn't eat there. But I did sign up for their text messaging service because I know how effective it is. They do a great job.
I just got one on my phone not even 5 minutes ago. And
Really?
I'm sitting here contemplating like, you know what? I would love to stop in for a free coffee because I'm hungry. I want some lunch. And I'd like to get some juice, and I'd like to get some other things. So maybe I'll go in and get that free coffee. And then I'm like, oh, damn, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And there's so much noise in the world. This is coming directly to the person's phone. But if you can make it good.
Local or national chain?
Local.
Amazing.
Love it.
Love it. What time is it?
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
10:53.
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
I mean, do you think they
very
just
smart?
Time to start making a lunch decision.
Yeah. Do you think they guessed at that? No.
Oh, that was a strategy.
No, it's a strategy. It was
And
thought
it was
out.
beautifully executed.
Yeah.
Right,
No, I'm-
right before our eyes.
I'm almost mad because I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna go there, and I'm like, damn it, they're manipulating me.
No,
But
no,
it's
they're
like,
not.
you know
No,
what?
no,
But they are
it's what you
in a
want.
positive way.
But it's what you want.
It is what I want.
No,
right?
no. It's like when it's like when you're on the internet and you see a pop up for a pair of shoes that you want versus a pop up for barbed wire. Like, I'm not in the barbed wire business. I don't have a farm. Like, that's not interesting to me. Like,
I'm going to get them now, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Where's your phone?
yeah, right.
But I rather that advertisers send me something that I want, and the same thing with your customers. If it's, we're in Cleveland, we have some Bills fans here at the table. We're Cleveland Browns fans.
The Buffalo Bills.
Lucky.
Oh, is that where it's at? They didn't move them?
Yeah, no,
I thought they moved them to L.A.
Not yet. No.
No? Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Still in Orchard Park. Lovely city.
Oh, the Paris of the Midwest.
Great culinary scene in Buffalo. I mean, they seriously,
yeah, no,
they do
it's,
a good
yeah,
job. Yeah.
no, it's
What is it? The roast beef on weck that you get? That's,
No. I mean, I'm talking about real culinary chef driven.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do a good job.
it's phenomenal. Cleveland, Buffalo.
Don't act like you haven't been there.
Yeah,
No, I have. I'm just curious if it grew or not. No, it's been so long since we went up there together. I just have a hard time remembering.
I know, it's fair.
it's pre-pandemic.
That's no fans this year.
But there's so many great cities that are outside of New York and LA that have awesome culinary scenes, like Buffalo, Charleston, Cleveland, Columbus. Cincinnati. I know I'm getting Tampa. Like, I'm getting a little Ohio heavy here, but like there are so many great ones. But take a look at what they're doing with text messaging. Very effective. You can replicate this. There are programs out there that a local independent operator can easily do this. It goes back to your loyalty program. Capture that phone number and get permission.
And listen, just another thing to put to that. If you're like, I don't want to text people's phones, it's inconvenient. Like, don't worry about what you think.
Yeah.
Look at the research. Gen Z, over 60% of Gen Z want to get offers on their phones.
Yeah.
By text messages.
They sure do.
So over half of them want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't use your restrictions of what you like.
Yeah.
To
Well,
market.
because we're older, right?
course, yeah.
Operators are older, and they don't understand. And I'm not saying everybody, because some of them do. Some are in tune. We don't understand how a 20-year-old thinks.
No,
And-
but
and-
stop. You are a customer when it comes to how clean the restaurant is, how friendly someone is. But when it comes to pricing options, just because you wouldn't pay $3 for a cup of coffee doesn't mean the customer won't pay $3.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want text message
Great
doesn't mean
point.
the customer wants.
Great point.
So you do have to think outside the box on what you're doing and how you're doing that. But use email and text message to deliver exclusive offers and make sure that they're exclusive. This is just for you, and you can A/B test these things, and you'll love it. You'll look at the data and see what's out there. Recognize your customers on social media. You have a camera phone, you have social media, and you have customers in your restaurant. Take an opportunity, walk up to them. Hey, would you like to be in our social media post today? We're looking for people with a smile on their face. Or we're looking for people who ordered our new chicken sandwich. Would you want to be in our social media? We'll tag you, or you can do it and tag us, and we'll repost it.
I like that, Brian, because I feel hey, a new menu item. We're trying to get some content for social media, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people these days, they would feed into that. And if somebody's uncomfortable with it, they're going to tell you, no, I don't want to do that.
No.
And that's fine. Maybe.
But you're it's a win-win because you're using that to recognize the customer. Like, hey, Joe, we love your patronage and your support of our restaurant. Do you mind if we text a picture of you with our sandwich? I mean, who doesn't love that?
No, it's amazing. You just gotta spawn an idea. I was thinking, you said new menu item, and like, oh my god, like you could have some customers come in for like a focus group. Like you're doing a new menu rollout, and you really want to know what they invite your top 20 customers in. Do a private dinner for them. Give them gratitude, let them be a part of the process. And we talk about raving fans, like that's where they'll be.
No, because they're exclusive.
Anthony just pushed you to 11 ways to
Yeah,
show
no,
appreciation.
boom. There you go. I mean, just pro tips are pouring out of him.
Let me unscrew this mic so I can drop it.
Oh my god, I might just get you a fake mic to drop just anytime you need to.
I appreciate that, buddy. That'd be awesome.
We got to get the mic drop sound effect.
That was a heavy mic.
That was pretty good.
That thing weighed like 40 pounds.
Oh, wow. Look, it's an old timey mic.
Yeah,
It's like Frank Sinatra.
Just dropped out of your airplane.
Heads up. Number 6. This is old, but new again. Name a customer of the month. You can do this. It goes in with number 5, recognizing customers on social media. Get their permission and be like, hey, we appreciate you came in 3 times this month. Can we focus you as the customer of the month? People love this. I mean, people are going through their everyday lives. We're in the end of a pandemic and they're suffering, and you don't know how these little things, these little signs of appreciation and gratitude are so big.
Think about it, man. How much do people identify with their favorite restaurants?
Right.
Like, how proud are they to brag about it? It's again, it's part of their identity almost, right? As far as pop culture is concerned, they'd be honored.
No,
this would make their day.
Great point, Anthony. I was listening to the Customer Service Revolution podcast by a local gentleman here in Cleveland. Great experience, nationally known. He has a great conference every year. But what he said was, "Is your brand tattoo worthy?" I mean, that's where customers are at. Like, it's either no engagement, no feeling towards the brand, or like tattoo worthy. And that's
Somebody did that. Somebody did that at a restaurant in Cleveland.
Yeah, Melt.
You had their tattoo. Who was it?
Melt.
Melt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? You got
That's
10%
right.
off?
I don't forget what you got, but I remember, and people had Melt tattoos.
Yeah. No, I'll put that in the show notes because there's a link to that. Like, that's significant. Imagine that. Having your brand, your name on someone's body, that's better than a loyalty card. But it again, that's intense. Intense love. And how do you get that? By showing appreciation.
And having really good food and service.
Yeah. No,
Sure.
no, but that's it.
I
But
was
that's
just messing around.
But that's part of it. No,
Of course it is.
Different episode.
You're right.
No. It's pretty profound that people are willing to tattoo your brand on their body,
Yeah.
and it's interesting he's talking about that and rotating around that subject, because that's like next level stuff.
It is, but it's where we all should aspire to, and it goes to number 7 here, Customer Appreciation Day. And I don't think this should be one day a year. This should be one day a quarter, where on your slow day you pick a Customer Appreciation Day, and then that's where you get to invite people in, and you get to have special guests or special. You bring the radio station in. Or again, it can be anything, a personality, and you appreciate your customers, and you do that by having drink specials, having appetizer specials, having giveaways, having contests. People like that. And I think that's, to me, really, really cool.
And this is also something missed because of short-sightedness.
Correct.
Again, play the long game. Let's say you break even, or maybe even you lose a little money that day.
Yeah.
But people are going to appreciate that, and they're going to come back. They're going to appreciate your appreciation.
Well, and that's the thing I was going to say too, is make sure to go all in on this, like as you
Oh, no,
described. with
100%.
everything.
Yeah.
Because what happens, I think a lot of times operators put out this half-ass effort, and no offense to anybody out there, because they don't want to lose money. They don't want to take the L. They say, oh, well, Customer Appreciation Day, half-price pizzas and half-price drinks. That's not enough. Like, you gotta give some equity away. You got to give these people some ownership.
No, and can be that, and then a step further. What are you doing to honor your customers' kids? Like, your customers who have children, they need a break. Can you give the kids coloring books? Can you give the kids something where there's a coloring contest, or something where you get their interaction? Number 8.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
It was.
Number 8. Give discounts and freebies unexpectedly. And I want to say unexpectedly, as this is the end and be all of number 8. Give away the order of chicken wings. Give away the menu item that is amazing, but no one knows about yet. This is how you market yourself. You're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars with printers and online ads and all of this. The customer, who could be a repeat customer, is right there in front of you. You could give them something of value to say thank you. It's unexpected, and that's why it has such a big effect.
I don't care. I don't care how wealthy you are. Your favorite chef at your favorite restaurant buys you an order of $12 chicken wings. You're bragging about it, right? You're like, oh yeah, he bought me an appetizer last time I was in. No big deal. No big deal.
I saw that you're back. Really appreciate that. Have you tried XYZ? Here it is. Enjoy on me, because I want to say thank you. Yeah. You think they're not getting the extra bottle of wine? Do you think they're not staying a little longer and having a little more fun? Like, this is the type of way to reward people that, to me, really makes it important.
And I think one point on this is, like, operators think that they've got to be these experts at marketing externally to people that aren't in their restaurant, but they're not thinking about what's sitting there I mean, is it easier to get a new customer to come in once a month, brand new customer it's never seen, and you get him to come in once a month? Or is it easier to get somebody that already comes in once a month to come in twice a month?
Exponentially easier to get
Exponentially easier, yes.
and exponentially cheaper.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So customer acquisition cost, figure out what it's costing you to acquire a new customer versus getting one customer, as Dave said, to come one more day a month.
Yeah, and I think there's even studies on after somebody has visited your restaurant X amount of times. I want to say it's the fourth time they're a loyal customer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you can do things in the first 3 visits to grab that person, if somebody's there for the first time, do something amazing that's going to make them come back a second. If it cost you $50 over the first 3 visits to get somebody to become a loyal customer, I mean.
Well, that's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. We eat out all the time at my house. I mean, all the time. And on our rotation is Aladdin's Eatery here in Cleveland, Ohio. I love that place. The food is always amazing. It's so healthy. And that's just on our rotation. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you could get on someone's rotation, you're going to have a significant...
No, we all have those places. It's like that's a good way to put it. It's in your family's rotation.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Rolodex.
Yep.
So you could try the new place, or I could go with the place that I know is going to provide me a phenomenal meal. That's the risk that everyone has when they're starting up.
Aladdin's is in my rotation too.
No,
picture this. You've got a restaurant full of people, or even half full, or whatever. You got people in your restaurant, and you're looking out down the street trying to wave people down. There's people right here. Like, sell them an appetizer. Sell them a dessert.
Yeah, well,
get them to come back.
But also, new customers get 10% off. And you're like, I've been here the whole time. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, cable companies do that. That pisses me off more than anything.
So annoying.
Like, sir, you've already experienced your sign-on benefits. Yeah. It's like, but that was like 10 years ago. Like, can we get a refresher? Or do I have, like, literally, I've quit and then come back to get them?
Oh, you have to.
How do you feel about cable companies? Don't do that in your restaurant.
Exactly.
Episode over.
Right. Correct. So things that annoy you as a consumer in your life also annoy your customers. Like, it's so annoying. Yeah. It's so annoying. Let's go back to positivity here. All right. Who doesn't love free stuff? Who doesn't love free swag? A little less of a commitment than a tattoo, but a cool t-shirt, cool hat. Don't be afraid to give away free swag. Really resonates with customers, but I'm going to throw in a pro tip, and I learned this from Hillcrest Food Service, our sponsor. Don't give away bad swag. If it's a hat, make sure it's a great hat that people will wear. If it's a jacket, make sure it's a cool jacket that people will wear. If it's a t-shirt, make sure that it's good fabric that doesn't feel like a burlap sack.
You know how many times that's overlooked? I'm so glad you said that because
my God,
because the difference between an $8 and a $15 t-shirt is a big difference.
Yeah,
in quality.
Huge. No, but it's not the dollar difference. It's exponentially better.
That's what I'm saying though. Yeah. But you're trying to save half the price because you don't want to invest. Like, don't spend it.
Don't spend it all.
You shouldn't spend the $8.
No,
Agreed.
100%. If you have a budget and it's X amount of dollars and you want to get the better one, I would buy half amount, a third the amount, and give those away because those will not end up in the trash. Let me tell you, folks, when you produce a hat that sucks, a t-shirt that sucks, whatever it is that sucks, it goes into the trash. People throw this stuff away, and it can be done economically, but make sure that the quality is there.
Yeah, you want somebody to wear it out of the house, not draped across the floor when I'm painting my daughter's bedroom.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just called my buddy the other day who owns a restaurant. And I was like, "You got any more of those T-shirts? Because I've had one for like 3 years, and I really want one. Yeah. And I'm happy to wear the brand because the T-shirt's so comfortable. So I think I just proved your point or pontificated upon it, as you will. No. Yeah, it was great. 100%. But he hasn't given me the shirt yet, so I don't know if he's got any more.
And listen, some people may pay for it. Offer it on your website. Offer it. To use it and give it away. It's a cheap investment. No, especially when done properly.
I think so. Make it personal. This is number 10, and this is how I want to end out the episode today. I know it's been a quick episode. Really excited about this, but make it personal. Do the video, follow up with a handwritten note, reach out to someone on email and say thank you. And I'm not talking about MailChimp 5,000 emails all at one time and say, "Hey, Brian J., thank you for your order, blah, 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 blah." No one cares about that. Say, "Hey, Brian, appreciate your order, the catering order you got. Think it's great that you frequent us, and we want to improve your customer experience. If there's anything I can ever do for you, let us know." I mean, it can be so simple, and it can be a handwritten note. You get a large takeout order and you throw a note in there. It's just handwritten, and you can, again, I'm going to throw in some pro tips, and You can write the note out early and then put their name on at the top. Like, it's so simple, people, but show your appreciation. It doesn't have to be a $25 gift card. It doesn't have to be 10% off. It can just be a thank you.
No, recognition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jim, thank you for your order versus customer, thank you for your order. Like, it makes it different. Yeah, like I think it's different. Like,
Mr. Customer has a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Correct. Like, you could actually use their last name or show respect. Like, there's so many ways to do this that it comes across as genuine.
I've experienced both sides like most people have, and I couldn't agree with you more. If you can find a way to find the time, because let's face it, operators are busy. Yeah. So it's really hard to, in maybe a pipe dream, to think they could write down, everybody who does something great in a restaurant. But what you just mentioned about pre-writing the cards, it's one thing you could have your hostess or host do on a Monday and Tuesday when you're slow and they're making mistakes. They can go through and write the cards out for you. Yeah. And it's not that they're disingenuous at that point. You still took the time to hand write them. No. It's just that you have to write in a name.
And it's always important, but think about the situation we're in right now, pandemic, like customers are hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine if you pre-wrote it out. Wow. Like, thank you for this size order. This is amazing. It really helps us through this difficult time. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? And
I love that.
Susan, Kim, Joe, whatever, and hopefully the person took the name accurately on the phone.
It checks, right? It checks so many boxes, man.
Yeah,
it does. And the customer is in need of appreciation. One, they feel they've been taken for granted of. And secondarily, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Like, that customer could be going through something horrible and wanted to treat themselves to some takeout.
Yeah.
So the fact that, one, they treated themselves to your delicious food and then you said thank you, wow. Customer for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not only that, but we all just love to be appreciated, right?
No, we do. And it resonates. And that's where the game changer becomes. It is you're injecting even more hospitality into your hospitality, if that's even a thing, and by saying thank you. And that's how you compete against the national chains, and that's how you win. Mic drop.
It is.
All right, there we go.
There it is.
I love it. All right.
Anthony.
Brian, these are really great points. These show notes are awesome. I'll be honest, if I was an operator, I would follow all 10 of these in a second. It's the appreciation sometimes we take for granted, just as we do the customer. But I love the fact that you broke it down into bite-sized chunks and a lot of salient points and great discussion based on this. I appreciate you putting in the time as always, man. This is gold.
Happy to help. And these are actionable tips that you can do. Check out us on restauranttopia.com and use these tips. Implement them today. Start that loyalty program. You're going to win.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right.
Another great show.
This is a high-quality pod. Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Adios.
Thank you for listening to Restauranttopia. The gratitude that we have for each and every one of you spending your precious time to listen to this podcast is immeasurable. Please make sure to tell a friend about this podcast. And also, if you have any feedback for us, visit us on restauranttopia.com and drop us a line. You can also subscribe on your favorite place to listen to podcasts. Thank you and have a great day. Imagine a world.
Oh, that's good. Hey, one take, Charlie. Look at that.
I'm telling you,
the one take.
I'm telling you,
this guy.
Fiber optics.
I know.
Fiber optics.
I can be a genius. All I have to do is edit.
Sounds so good when I'm done.
I know. It's like I sound like I got hit in the head with a hammer, but after I edit it, I sound like I went to Harvard.
So awesome.
Maybe Yale.
Yeah. I mean, Ivy League, right?
Yeah.
Bowling Green. Okay.